your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, we're going to take a look at platinum, folks. This goes back to January the 6th. That was a low way back here. There's the ABCDs measured at 29.33. The high today was 29.29. So far, it's $60 under that, but that's very middle. It's just silver just keeps going parabolic. I'll go into that in just a second, but I wanted to, before I do that, I wanted to, let me get rid of this because I want to do some of these things to show you where we are here, because I have a couple of them that I think are relatively important. Where's the copper? Shut the front door. Anyway, copper is up a little bit, but nothing like the others. It's basically silver is pushing the whole. I might as well cover this in silver right now. Where is the silver? Get it back here. Most of you have been around me for a long time knew that I worked for Drexel Burnham in Beverly Hills, and I did a lot of, I did hedging for the main coin dealers in that whole area through A-Mark Coin with Steve Markoff. It's now listed on the New York Stock Exchange. And anyway, when silver was trading on the January the 20th, the day that it topped, it was limit up at $54 an ounce. However, you could not sell silver at any higher than $36 per ounce. Now, that was $18 an ounce, which was $90,000 difference between the cost of the price of the silver in the bag versus the silver price it was offering. There was just no one willing to buy it. And we're having the same situation now. One of my very dear friends, over the past 6, 7, 8 years now, has been one of the largest smelters on the East Coast of the United States. He has an appointment to melt his reclaimed silver from, photographic stuff, and also from old TVs and stuff. They reclaim that. He has to have a 3-day appointment that he has to wait for, because so many people in line selling silver that they can't get the space to melt it down and get it. And what they're offering is way under what the market's trading. And so this is a fictitious market that we've got going on. You can see it in two ways. One of the fact that it's trading a penny or two at a time. That means the little guys are in there, folks. I don't know how they put up the margin of 700,000 or 60, 70,000, but that's what it is. It's not like the same type of market we had in 1980. The discount's the same. In fact, the discount's greater this year than it was back there. So it's a fictitious market. That's my opinion, but I'm sticking to it. I saw it through that time during 1980. I didn't believe it then. I did believe it because I was sold out bull, and nobody's as bearish as a sold out bull, and that's anyway. It was down after that, but you can see it's having a big swing now. We're up another 13 cents. We were up just a few minutes ago. We were up 17 cents. 14 cents on the day. Now we're only up 12. We backed off 2 cents an ounce. Just in the last $2 an ounce, just in the last 3 minutes. But this is all, if you look at it, if you just wanted to do the little stuff that we always look at, and I will stick by that forever, because if you watch this falls into the category of what I teach all the time. If you can just look at it one after the other today. Come on, Larry, get the right tool up there. You're going to see the 382 retracements all the way through here. Okay, there's one there, there's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. In fact, we just made a 3-drive pattern right here. There's drive 1, there's drive 2, there's drive 3. Let's see if the old ABCD might have helped us one more time. And if you put it in right there, there it is. It's 1785, and the high was 1781. So, and this is our biggest correction in quite a while. We've dropped 18 to 3. We dropped $3, $2 an ounce here in a matter of 9 minutes. So this is, you got to be watching it, folks. It's not for the faint of heart. If you can't afford the risk in these things, get out of Dodge. But it does follow these little patterns. There's your 382 there. There's your 382 there. There's your ABCD, and there it's backing off. And I'm not involved in it at all, folks, so it's not a problem for me, just to show you what I'm watching here as we're watching. Norm will be our guest here at the break. Now, let's move on here. We're done talking about it. Let's talk about something that was really exciting today. This, as you most of you folks know, there is a cold wave in the United States of America. Now, this is heating oil. And do they use heating oil during cold days? Yes, they do. Now, here's where we were on Friday. You see that spot right there? Okay, now watch this. I'm just going to put the daily up because we focused on that in the newsletter. There was your 382, your 61% retracement. It opened there. You see that? It opened right there. And then I think we'll get this back up here. It'll do what I want it to do. That was a 13-minute. Just a second. I'm trying to show you the pullback that we had. There's where it opened. It gapped way up. Then it came back and hit the exact, within half a cent of the exact 382 of the low that we had here on Friday, and there was still going higher. And as you look at this, you can, if you're back in the old days and you want to look at the old 3-drive to a bottom, 3-drive to a top pattern again, all you have to do is to go back to your low back here up to your high, and put that in there and set it right there. And that says you should have gone to 25.62. We're trading at that just about now, but it did get as high as 25.70, so it went too much higher there. But that's what we're watching here as we're overlooking this. These are wild markets, folks, especially when you got people are dying out there with this cold weather that we're having. It's supposed to get even colder and then break wide open to the warm side on Thursday or Friday. Rich Anderson told me they were expecting they're 26 below right now, and they're expecting 40 degrees possibly on Friday or Saturday. That's a 60-degree swing. Okay, so that's what we're watching here. Let's get back here to that gold market because this is the one that I focused on. I sent this out real early. There's two 1.618 expansions here, folks. This one and that one. That means this swing and that swing said it was going to there, and that's where it went. The high was within $1 of the exact high. Here's where we are now. You see, hasn't done very much. It's just banging around in that area. You can see there was the high, okay, and tried it again, and it's still holding up to that level, okay? So this is whenever you see these 2.618 numbers, try it again, Larry. Whenever you see 1.6, oh, man, time out, folks. I'm having a rough time here. If I'm not any better tomorrow, folks, there's going to be a replacement because I'm all right. There was a high, you can see right there within $1 of the exact high, went $1 higher. Now we're here, hit it again. So there's some selling coming in. We're going to see what it does from this level. So we're going to take a break now. And we got other things to cover in the currency markets because that's where the real players are. We'll be right back with currency.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, we're going to look at the euro here. This is the daily chart. As you can see, we had this beautiful three drive to a bottom, drive 1, drive 2, drive 3 here the other day. But look at this from your November to your December high. It measures to this level right up here. You can see now we're up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days at this level right here. The fact that we hit that. Now, I'm going to bring this up to show you because we've been waiting for this for a long time. Okay, this is the monthly chart, and there's that number right there, folks. That was the high. 19069 is the number, and that was the high so far today in the euro. That's what we've been watching. Now, everybody thinks it's the end of the world for the U.S. dollar, but by golly, right now, it looks like that's what's happened here, and we should get a turn here in the dollar and a turn here in the euro. The fact that it hit that and dropped so quickly makes me believe that we're probably getting ready to have something. Now, if we start getting above 120, then this is all for naught because this is a monthly chart. But at this point, you've got a lead in the thing. If you had your order sitting there, you would have been filled. But that's what we're watching. There it is right there. A, B, C, D, and that's it. And that's it on the long-term chart. So we got to watch it very closely. You'll see it there again on the daily. There's the big expansion number right up to that level. As we look at this, you see the three drive to a bottom that we had here, drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. That's exactly what we had here this past week. If you remember, we talked about, there it is right there. There's drive 1, there's drive 2, there's drive 3, exactly at the exact number. Now, they don't always work that way, but when they do, it tells you that you're at a spot that's pretty important. And now what we're doing now is you can see we're making, there's your A leg right here, there's your B leg right here, there's your C leg right there, and your D leg is right there. And that's the one we hit already, that was the one that we were looking at. We'll draw that in so everybody can see it. Hopefully it'll come through the way it's supposed to. And there it is right there, 19069. That's the number right there. That was the high was 19069. So that's it. All right, now let's take a quick look at what's really happening. And this is the one that everybody, if you're in stocks, this is the one you should be just a tiny bit afraid of because maybe stocks are going to go up forever. But this is the Japanese yen versus the dollar. In other words, the dollar has been losing rapidly to the Japanese yen. That means the Japanese yen has been going up, U.S. dollar going down. Now let's look at this on the 4-hour because we really love that pattern up here. There it was right there. If you look, I think that's at 4-hour. Wasn't that correct? Yeah, there it is. That's the big number right up in here. Was that the daily? Let's put the daily up. I think that's what we were looking. There it is. Yeah, there's the daily we were watching right up there. Went right at 159, and now we're trading at 153 and change. This is what happened last night. This would cause the stock market to open sharply lower, and then, of course, it turned around and rallied like it always does on a Sunday or Monday, and I've had a big rally, and not much has happened to it, but it's still rallying. We got the Dow up a couple hundred points. It opened 400 lower in the Dow Jones, folks, and then rallied up. But this is a big one, folks. You got to pay attention to this because this means that people cannot borrow money in Japan anymore for a risk-free trade. Remember the carry trade they always talked about? That's history because interest rates are going higher, and that's why why this thing has turned so much. This has a long way to go, folks. If it's ready to go, you can see there's where we are just so far. Let's just check and see if that was a 382 off of the low in September. Let's just double check it. No, it actually came through that already too. It's telling us that we are still heading to a little bit lower. So that's major thing that we're watching here. All right, let's take a look here at the first one we'll look at here is the Russell. Norm is our guest at the break, folks. So stay with us and we'll be right there. Here's our Russell last night. Here's where we get this up here. You see the Russell opened sharply lower. You can see sharply lower, and then it had a rally. The rally that we had was off of the high that we had on Thursday. Hold on just a second here. There's your high on, there's your high on Thursday, and it went right up to the 50% level. That's what it's done so far, done very little. Here's the Dow Jones. You can see the Dow Jones open 400 lower. Let's get this up here. There it is, right open. It went 400 lower, almost exactly at the 786 of the low that it made on the 23rd. You're going to see, it's almost there. It didn't quite get there. It was right at that opened there. You see, it opened 400 lower, and then from there, it's gone 200 higher, 250 points higher, 300 points higher. Right now, we're almost at the 786 as we had here this morning. And as you can see, after the market had its major low, it didn't even bother to make a 382. It tried, but it didn't quite make the 382, and we're still, going higher. Looks like we're going to make this number at 49. That's only 40 pips away. That's a big one, folks, because you got 1.618, and then you also have the 786. There should be a ton of resistance here at 49,580 in the Dow Jones futures. If we read this correctly, the S&P has been very strong. It's approaching. It was down sharply, folks. Down 60 handles last night. You'll see where did it stop? You see that exactly 61% of the low here for the 21st. That's exactly what it did. Then it had a really strong rally. Let's check the pullback to see if that was a 382 pullback, and we mark it from the low up to the high. And where does it stop? Exactly at the 382 retracement right here, and away it goes. And look where we are now, folks. Listen to that. Oh, it's knocking on the door. 1.618. Oh, if you ever want to sell it at a cheap price, this is it. AB equals CD. Right there, Bubby. So I'm going to put a little order on that one there at 69.91. And I'll put a stop up here, 69.91. I'll put a stop at 70.01 just for kicks and giggles, okay? Shut the front door. Boy, when you're not feeling good, folks, you make little mistakes when you hit the wrong button. Let me try to get that back up again. I can't do it because that's about as close as I'm going to get as this ABCD. I'll try this one more time, not try to mess it up too bad. There's your ABCD. You don't show the 618 because it's on a different time frame. There it is right there. And there's your sale there at your 70.91 and a stop at 70.01. So that's what we're going to be doing with that one here, okay? All right, those are the main ones that I wanted to cover so far. And then I think we got our man, Mr. Norm Winsky, coming up. I want to cover the British pound, but I don't. Oh, I do have time. Time out here. I've got time here with the British pound. And, I think I do if I can get it up here in time. There's the British pound. It's up in the mirror. Let's get the long-term daily up here. You can see we're almost at the same price. There's that same number. Oh, we just hit it in the pound, folks. Lock 1.618. There it is right there. That makes this should be finished here. We'll be right back with Norm Winsky, Astro Trend. Stay tuned.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstadt's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstadt releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
All right, folks, we're back with Norm Winsky of Astro Trends. Norm, thanks for joining us today, and let's spend some time at the end of the show to tribute to your uncle, who's quite famous. Would that be all right?
Hello, Larry. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, did you hear me at all?
Yes, sir. I heard you. I just wanted to make sure that...
Yeah, you're coming through great. So why don't we start, and at the very end, let's spend some time to talk about your very famous uncle who hired Werner von Braun, the old space race. So,
well, that may not be the greatest thing he did, but and a lot of people may not know who von Braun was, but my uncle Abe Silverstein was a founding father of NASA. Before that, actually, we go back a little further. During the 30s, he was improving our warplanes because our military saw the writing on the wall. We were probably headed for a war with Germany, and they were concerned that our warplanes weren't up to par with the German warplanes, and that turned out to be correct. And Abe helped improve our planes so they were on par with the German warplanes, and also improved many of our warplanes and saved thousands of pilots' lives and helped us win the war. And then after the war, he got involved in working on different power systems, such as he helped develop the jet engine, and then also worked on liquid hydrogen rocket engines, which he developed and pioneered in the 50s. And then later on, when they asked him to come to Washington and help organize NASA, he was put, after they opened their doors on October 1, 1958, he was put in as the top technical guy in all of NASA. He was in charge of planning the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo programs. And then in 59, he got NASA to adopt the liquid hydrogen rocket engine, which they are still using today. The Artemis, I think that's how you say it, is being prepared to go to the moon here in a few weeks. And that's primarily using liquid hydrogen technology to do that. And then to make a long story short, by the way, if you like, I have a podcast that people can request. I'll be happy to send that to them with the full story. But in May of 1961, after President Kennedy and Vice President Johnson came in the office, they became concerned about getting funding through Congress for the space program. And Johnson went to then the NASA administrator, James Webb. You might have heard his name because the big space telescope is named for him now. And they told him that they were concerned about funding for Congress for the space program, and asked him what he and his guys could do. And my uncle told me this story over lunch one day, how Webb made a surprise visit to his office, and he told the story about how Johnson and Kennedy were concerned about getting through Congress, funding through Congress. And he asked Abe, he said, what could you and your guys do to capture the imagination of the American public to make sure we get funding through Congress? And Abe turned to him and said, well, we could go to the moon. Webb barked back, how long? Abe said they did some calculations over about a minute, turned back to Webb and said, oh, well, we could do that by the end of the decade.
And they did in 69. That's pretty good, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
So Webb said, write it up, send me a report. So Abe said they typed it up on an old typewriter over the lunch hour, sent the report to Webb. Webb related to Johnson. Johnson related to Kennedy. And 4 days later, President Kennedy went before a joint session of Congress and said, on May 25, 1961, on national TV, and said, and by the end of the decade, we shall go to the moon. And later on, Abe was responsible for developing many dozens of NASA programs, many of the satellite programs, and all kinds of things. And they called Abe the architect of the U.S. space program. Abe was a camera shy guy. He didn't want to be bothered with the media or the reporters. He just wanted to get the job done. Many of his colleagues who worked under him, who he had delegated programs to, got credit. One of the top guys was George Lowe. He got the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He was an Abe protege, and he got recognition. But Abe would let all his guys that worked for him get credit, and he didn't care if he ever became famous or not. He just wanted to get the job done. He's an unsung American hero. And if you'd like to learn more about him, please contact me. And if you like, I'll send you the podcast. I'm also working on producing a movie on his life and career. He's a fantastic person. And he also helped spearhead back in the 60s when we had the Soviet Union. They were treating their Jewish population very poor, very badly. Some of them got sent to prison. Some of them ended up dead. Abe would go to a scientific conference in Moscow and make some friends, and then the next year he would go back and his friends were missing. And so he helped spearhead what became the International Soviet Jewry Movement and helped save thousands of Soviet Jews. Okay, well that's kind of the thumbnail.
Worth every minute. Worth every minute. What do we got for this week? What's our big dates coming up? Do you know? I'm sure you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't have asked us to be on. We love to have you. So. Okay.
So Larry, should we talk about the market now?
Yeah, let's talk about. Folks, that was my idea to give an accolade to Abe because we don't meet famous people like that. I mean, somebody that started NASA. Give me a break. That's like someone who's.
By the way, don't forget to mention, Larry. Don't forget to mention that Abe was from Terre Haute, Indiana, your hometown.
Absolutely. Yeah. All famous people are, right? You, me. You're from Frankfurt, though, aren't you?
I'm from Frankfurt, the home of the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Frankfurt was the first high school in Indiana to win 4 state championships. We had a future college Hall of Fame coach by the name of Everett Case, and he took Frankfurt to 4 state championships. And then after the big war, he went to North Carolina State, and he's credited with bringing Hoosier basketball to North Carolina and turning North Carolina into a basketball powerhouse state.
Yeah. Well, we had another guy from Indiana, Johnny Wooden, that was pretty good at that too. Well, we got the break coming up here. I'm probably going to get chastised for this, but to me, it's interesting. And anyway, we got to pay a few bills here, Norm. So when we come back, well, tell us what we got looking up for next week, okay, buddy?
Say that again, Larry.
When we come back from the break, let's talk about what's coming up for next week, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, Norm. Norm Winsky, be right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
All right, folks, we're back with Norm Winsky, Astro Trends. Please continue, Norm.
Thank you, Larry. And by the way, sorry you're not feeling well. I recommend you take some zinc and some vitamin D3. Okay, I don't know if you do that.
I'm taking zinc lozenges and vitamin C, D, E, F, G, K, and L.
Usually,
you betcha.
Larry, the zinc lozenges usually don't have very much zinc in them. Go get the full power zinc at Walmart. Walmart has 50 milligrams. Usually those lozenges have like 8 milligrams. Okay?
Okay.
I do that and I seldom get sick, okay? All right, moving ahead now, we're going to review. I was last on your show on the 12th of January, and I gave the following three cycle points and associated markets. Keep in mind that the stock market is the big basket of everything, and it tends to respond to, potentially to all the cycles, versus the commodities tend to be narrow filters and only respond to certain ones. So the night of the 14th, that's AC after the close, we had Mercury apogee. The apogee means it's farthest from the G is Earth, farthest from the Earth. And we're going to look at coffee, corn, soybeans, wheat. Mercury is the grains, and because Mercury was in Capricorn, we'll take a look at coffee too. And then we have the U.S. natal chart. We use that for the U.S. financial stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. That's based on where the planets were when our country was founded on July the 4th, 1776. And on the weekend of the 16th, we had Uranus make an alignment to where Pluto was on July the 4th, 1776, and we'll be looking at stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then also that weekend, we had a new moon in the sign of Capricorn, and anytime we have a new moon, full moon, we look at financials, that's stocks, T-bonds, and your currencies, and grains, and precious metals, oil. And because it's in Capricorn, we're going to look at coffee too. All right, reviewing the charts, there we go. Here we had 2 points for corn. The first one was a tiny little short-term top there. Could have made a few pennies, no big deal. And then it just went sideways. That's a yellow. We take a pass on the yellow light, the yellow box. Green means you had a chance to make some money. And here's a red one here. That means that's a miss. I showed the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there you go. So there was a miss there. It did not respond to our Mercury point there. Just kept going higher. It pulled back here into the moon. Nice pullback there. And then look what happened, Larry. Ooh, it's rocket time. Boom, boom, boom. Up about 20 cents in a couple of days. That's $1,000. Okay. So page 2, yeah, we're on page 2. We went sideways on the Mercury point for wheat, but then it rallied up right into the moon for a nice short-term top there. And I think we dropped about, what was that, 518 down to about 10 cents. So that's good for about $500 or $600 there. I think maybe it was 12 cents. And here's the coffee. We went 50-50 on the coffee. Our mercury point was a little bit of a low there. It popped up. I think that was about 4 cents. That's about $1,500 in coffee. Our moon point here, that not so good. It just kept going lower for another day or so. So that was a miss. Silver was just going sideways. So we did nothing there. Gold was going sideways, as you can see. So we did nothing there. Here, a nice one here. Oil pulling back into the moon and then up and away for about $2 or $2,000. S&P rallied up into the mercury point there, and then that was a very nice, very nice top there, and then kind of a mini crash there. But we also had this weekend as a potential that would have been Monday was a holiday, so it would have been on Tuesday the 20th. If you bought there, you had way too much drawdown there. That's about 80 to 100 handles there. So I had to count those 2 points as misses. Same thing happened there with the T-bond. We have the 2 points there for, actually, wait, I may have done that one wrong. 19th. I'll have to go look again. In either case, the bonds were a miss. And then over here on the dollar, yeah, I think I got these arrows in the wrong place. It should have been over there. And then we have, but it would have been a miss anyway. And then over here, though, using the same window, was very good top there in the U.S. dollar. And you'll see, if you like trading foreign currencies, you'll be very happy with what I'm about to show you here. But anyway, very nice top there. That was the high of the month there, high of this period here for the U.S. dollar, and then down. Here's the Aussie dollar, very nice low there, and then up. Here's the British pound, right on the low of the whole period there, and then up. And the Canadian dollar did the same. Well, it wasn't quite as perfect on the Canadian dollar, but you might like this one better because you're buying against that low there. And then up. You got a very small risk. And here, euro. Larry was just showing the euro there a little while ago. And look at that, right on the lows there for the euro. And then big up. And here's the Japanese yen. Turned on the same window, but did the opposite, made a top there, and then down. And here's your Swiss franc, making a low there right in our lunar window, and then up. So we think we're nearly perfect there on the foreign currencies. And how we doing on time, Larry?
Keep going. You got a good 2 minutes yet. Plus, we got a little bit at the end for you, so don't worry.
Let's look into the crystal ball here and see what's coming up in the future. Well, we have to back up the chart just a tad because over the weekend, and you talked about the market was down big, I think, early this morning, right? Yeah. And we had a Pluto apogee over the weekend, and if the market was going down, we'd be looking for a low, and we'd also be looking. I don't have the charts up to date yet, but we look for your reversals possibly for this morning in cocoa, copper, hogs, and T-bonds. And then this afternoon, right as we speak, we got geocentric. That's from the point of view of the Earth. Neptune entering Aries. That hasn't happened for about 165 years. You might remember the last time that happened, Larry. And there you go.
Then, yes.
What's that again?
I was there then, 165 years ago.
There you go. And so we're going to be looking at coffee, corn, gold, oil, silver, sugar, wheat. And the silver is going crazy, for example, and this may get us some kind of top there, and the silver may not be the top, but you might get some kind of top here today in the silver with the Neptune going to Aries because silver is Cancer, and that's 90 degrees from Aries. And then also tonight, after the close, we have Helio. That's from the point of view of the sun. Mars will be entering Aquarius. And that's copper. So watch for a turn in copper possibly tomorrow. And then this coming weekend, we have a full moon in the sign of Leo. Anytime we have full moon, new moon, round up the usual suspects, financial, range, precious metals, oil. And because it's in Leo, we'll be emphasizing corn and gold. And then I also, coming up here in February, every February, I have what I call my February Forecasting for Fun Fest, where I lay out the longer-term forecasting models, things like the decennial pattern, January barometer, Super Bowl indicator. And we'll talk about that if I can come back.
You're going to come back. Tell us who's going to win the Super Bowl. We'll be right.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
We're back with Norm Winsky of the Astro Trends. And Norm, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Okay, I'm going to get to that one in 10 seconds. When we went to commercial, I was talking about some of the longer-term forecast models that I do. That includes the Super Bowl indicator, and one of them is the January barometer. As January goes, so goes the year. And I found that often will predict who's going to win the Super Bowl. I think if we have an up January, which I think we're on track for that now, then that indicates the NFC champion, which is the Seattle Seahawks as of this weekend, should beat the New England Patriots, and that would be bullish. That indicates an up year for the stock market, okay? Here's a sample of the January barometer for 2025. I made the forecast with these blue bars in February for the whole year, and then overlay the actual black bar prices on top, And I think there's about an 80% correlation there with that.
It sure is.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
So anyway, you can get a hold of me, and I'll be happy to help you. And here's my contact information. I know we're running short on time, so I'm in beautiful Naples, Florida. You can call me at 239-594-3939. That's 239-594-3939. Or email me at nwinski@yahoo.com. That's nwinski@yahoo.com. Any questions or comments from the Tigers Den there, Larry?
Did a good job. Thank you for the recap of your famous Uncle Abe Silverman and Silverstein. But anyway, I think that you did a great job, and we'll have you on again soon, okay? Folks, tomorrow our guest will be none other than Stan Harley of the Harley Stock Market Letter. So we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow. May God bless.